Before I get my clothes on and get on out here and just kind of try to catch some air. Something else piqued my interest when the news people say National Hot Dog Day, National this, National that. Well, that in itself is a lie, whether they're joking or not. They're not joking. It's about revenue. National Taco Day. It ain't nothing national about none of that shit that y'all say. You need to back away from eating and drinking so much, especially drinking. You became alcoholics in college, and this still is a concept I can't get my mind around. When your mind should be the clearest, you go there to party, you go there to drink as much as you can drink, you go there to get into sororities that a lot of times end up with people being gang raped and sodomized and just basically introduced to drugs that have an effect on them, like that cocaine had an effect on me the night I got out of the service for 30 years afterwards, being a slave to it. But you go to college to do all this. That's why mothers cry when their daughters go to college. It's for that reason. I don't know who came up with the concept of that you're so smart and you're so brilliant, you need something to dumb yourself down. So go to college and experiment with all the drugs you can and get an education that's not privileged to everyone, but only have the title that you went to a college and you got a master's degree, struggling or not, easy for you to get or not, but nevertheless you have that title where you're a young doctor taking your Hippocratic oath to never harm someone intentionally, and being clouded by your newfound addiction, alcoholism, cocaine addict, Percocet addict, which nobody knows, and they always say that some people have addictive personalities. Now, me being a 30-year addict, and still I'm an addict today, I don't know if that addictive personality is true or not. I think the chemical effect on a body is the same for everyone. Of course, you see people drinking and they can take it or leave it. Maybe they had something bad happen to them and they know where to cut it off and leave out because something really dire had happened to them. Or maybe it is addictive personalities. Maybe it is being easily influenced by others. Whatever it is, it doesn't seem to me to be the time to cloud your thoughts with alcohol, drugs, or outside influences and get an education too. This is just strange to me. If anything, if you have to, once you get this education, something to be celebrated by would probably be something then. But not while you're going through college and trying to learn something that's so vital. And people trust you to be an authority on whatever field that you're in, but you're not. You struggle to get past the tests that you need to be doing. You got other people to do your homework. But on record and on the books, it shows that you strived and you overcame different trials and tests. And now that you did that, you're a doctor, or you're a psychologist, or you're a pharmacist. By what means did you get that title? In your spare time of not drinking, in your spare time of not using drugs, in your spare time of not going to sororities that promote racism, did you get your master's degree? But it seems to be no problem to do all this. I don't know where it started. I don't know when these hazing things started, where they were a part of the norm as far as college. But it seems backwards to me. What if I was from grammar school, day one, I started drinking. In every grade that I passed, I got a chance to try a different drug, all the way up into 8th grade. And then once I got where I graduated from grammar school to high school, I go off into another drug or another frat house or whatever. And I pick up something else that I don't need. Shooting heroin at a young age. Ending up with something like some disease that I can't get rid of, herpes or something from college. It probably would make me a little disgruntled, you think? So when is all this stuff like this okay? And I often say, that's why mothers cry when they see their daughters go to college. Because they get the wrong idea about a lot of things. And they can't be taught by their parents because their parents are off into a whole lot of things and can't set an example for their kids because they were just as bad. When is all this okay? You know, even that show, Ted, the teddy bear. It is bad when a show, a comedy show, talks about Arizona State in the worstest way, like it amounts to nothing as far as people going to college. The man said, Ted said to the girl, something in this manner. When was the last time you was fucked on a houseboat or something? Something in that fashion. And she was supposed to be a lawyer, and she turned out to win his case later on or something. But I would think going to college, your mind has to be the clearest to absorb the information that you need to absorb. But it is just the opposite. It is a title and a diploma and a degree you get at your worstest human state, physical state, mental state ever. So how good are you in the field that you say you want to be in? I'm confused, really. I think colleges have changed over the years, and people get a wrong idea about them. I think certain kids feel like they're just privileged to go into a field no matter what or how they mastered it. They get the degree and diploma in spite of. Now you have some people, and that's why I say, why should I take information or trust a doctor resident that's 20 years old telling me I need some sort of operation when I live with chronic pain for longer than he's been on earth? He has to be a brilliant person for me to take his advice. How many brilliant people that age are there in one place on earth? Not many. You know, they had a show about this autistic doctor knowing everything and curing a lot of people. Now that is true in certain cases. But do I take it as a blanket statement that all young people that went to college know more than me about the disease that I have suffered with for 20 or 30 years? Do I take their advice and get an operation or get a surgical procedure just because they have this title and a master's degree that I don't know how they got it? I don't know how long it took them to get it. Do I take their advice? You would have to be a damn fool to do that. Especially if y'all can't put minds together and sort out what's wrong with you and things that he say will work for you and you tell him they won't, and y'all come to a conclusion that, well, let's meet each other in the middle somehow. No, they come in with this arrogant attitude, just like when I went on the second floor of the VA, and I had some tendons torn in my arm, maybe from an old motorcycle accident or something. And this guy showed me a procedure where they were going to take a bone out one of my back of my hand and put it somewhere else, leaving a void in the middle of my palm. And I said, man, look, I'd rather take some ibuprofen. I'm not going to have you disfigure me and do all this. You know what he told me? When you can't come back and wipe your ass, come see me, is what that resident said to me at Phoenix VA. You see, I've been through a lot at Phoenix VA, and I wish I could have taped half of the shit that they have said behind closed doors. So the next old person or feeble person might say, okay, Sonny, I'll do that, only to end up maimed and disfigured, and only for that resident to go up the scale to be a doctor. It stems from, I think, going to college and getting stoned out of your mind and having someone else do your homework, or you barely making it to get the diploma or the master's degree that you have. It's odd to me, just like it's odd for Phoenix to say National Hot Dog Day, National Taco Day, National Jim Tillman Day. But I'll leave that up to you. Maybe I'm just a dinosaur behind times, but I would think when you're trying to learn something, you should be coherent, not incoherent. Thank you.